All right, guys, so we are back with another video, and this is going to be a video which is interesting because it is related to the events today, but it's more of a summary and just kind of what happened today. So I just want to use this video to update all of you because I think that this is the type of information that it's necessary to be talked about. And I want all of you guys to understand my perspective with FIFA and with all of these things with EA, and I want you guys to get on the same page as me to understand where I'm as a creator, because I feel like some of you guys that watch me, you don't maybe know, right? So I am not affiliated with EA. I've never really been had that open invitation. I will admit that that's probably due to some of my maybe acts of immaturity at times with some of the situations that happen on FIFA, right? More of a thing in the past. You rarely will catch me being immature maybe the last year or so regarding some of the stuff that EA does. It's trying to be at least in a more professional manner, but at the end of the day, I'll always be one of the first people to speak up, really, if there's something going on that needs to be talked about. So that's why I'm making this video again. And you know, I want to always update you guys and keep you guys in the loop in terms of what is going on with FIFA and what's going on with EA, because I think that's really important. And I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I think some people just like to sprinkle over it or catch on to a wave when it's hot. And I think I want to take this in a more professional manner for you guys and talk about this. So let's just talk. This has been a really bad week for, you know, EA and just FIFA in general. It's been one of the worst ones. Not really to do with the content, but really just like the general experience of FIFA. And EA has just been horrible this week, right? And so Footwatch put it really perfectly, and that's why I want to start with this on the screen. They basically have showed that, basically, if you guys don't know already, and I'm sure you know, March 10th, there was an EA employee, basically, who was selling icons via some black market to people for money. And these were icons you couldn't get. It was like R9, all of these guys, right? So the theory today in terms of what happened today, and we're going to go through this in a second, the theory about what happened today was that this is actually the employee that was getting fired potentially, and this is his kind of like last hurrah. We've seen something like this in the past. I think it was a little while back where the guy kind of I think he put some packs or did something. So not only to mention that we had this happen on March 10th, this employee, which was going on, he was making some side cash and hustle. We also had a situation where EA just like really handled something poorly with like free pack compensation. They kind of messed it up. So that was all really, you know, corrupt anyways. But I think the bottom line of what today is that there is a lot of stuff that goes on, you know, in Ultimate Team and the stuff that we do that is very questionable, I would say. Just questionable, right? Like it's always this unknown. Nobody really knows what is going on. Nobody really understands it. You know, whether it's in the menus, whether it's, you know, physical gameplay. Nobody knows, right? And that's why people are saying like momentum, DDA, right? Like we always say this stuff, but it has to do as well with the menus. We've got pack weights, we've got unnecessary bans, we've got all these things going on in FIFA, and there's so much uncertainty. And it's like there was an article that came out that we went over, and it was basically from the Mirror, and they were saying like, hey, we don't condone this. In order to have good teams, you need to be very well-rounded FIFA players. Like, they came out with a lot of this BS, right? And so that was questionable. I thought a lot of that was really questionable, the response that they had to the last couple scandals. So basically today, guys, there was something on the web app at 1 p.m. That came out, and if we take a look at it, you can see this has 145 values, I think, in the code. But the more important thing I don't know if it's on their Twitter. I think it was on Donk's Twitter. Let me see. I think it was on Donk's Twitter here. Basically, and shout out to these guys, right? So I'm going to show you guys this in a second because I was on this. Basically, this is what happened today. There was a developer bug, and basically we had some people at least that clicked debug in the settings on the web app. Had access to see this layout, this menu right here. There's nothing to hide here. There's a watermark. There's all this stuff, right? So you've got add pack, untradeable or not untradeable. You can basically create items by ID. I'll show you guys that in a second. There's a lot of stuff going on here. The thing that I'm looking for to show you guys, and I don't know again if he has it on here, so I don't see it on here. And I took screenshots of this stuff. So first of all. So I got some screenshots here that I want to show you guys. Now, this is the number one most interesting one, right? So we've got, this is all in this kind of like this maintenance layout thing, right? So you've got something that says set trade access, and it says no access blacklist whitelist, graylist, and maintenance, right? So this was really interesting because I think when you get totally banned, you go on no access. But the problem with this is that whenever somebody's getting banned or they go to EA Help or anything like that, it's like they're getting a very questionable response, right? Like it's always a mystery response. And it's actually crazy to see how simple it is for them to actually unban people. It's literally the click of one button. You just have to be put onto the whitelist. I don't actually know. Somebody actually today tried the gray list, and then they ended up banning their transfer market access. So some of the commands were working today, which I found really interesting, right? But I took a little bit of a video, and this is actually from my stream earlier today. I have this kind of video, and I chopped it up a little bit. But basically, I was a little scared to show this stuff, guys, because just want you to understand like where I'm coming from is that I've been banned twice this year on FIFA. Look, I am a little scared of EA, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, what they did to the situation with Kurt is like crazy. Like it's been over a year now, and this guy has a full ban on the game, and it's like it sucks to say that because like at the end of the day, like I'm always gonna be honest, but it sucks to be honest and then still be nervous right now. Like obviously, I don't think some of the things that I'm necessarily doing. I mean, there's not much falseness to it, right? And I'm not saying that anything he did was false. I mean, I think Kurt at this point should be totally unbanned. Like I think that whole situation is ridiculous. My poor friend is singing the Canadian national anthem, dude. It's like, come on, man. EA, what are we doing here, bro? Like, let's get this guy back on the sticks. Like, let's let him do what he wants to do. First of all, that whole thing, I've never even spoken on that in a video, man, in the last year or so, but that whole thing is getting out of hand. I hope they're seriously looking into letting this guy play FIFA again, man, because if they're just fucking with him, that would be really unfortunate and really cruel, man. Like, cruel and unusual, I think, in my opinion. But anyways, like for me, in my realm of things, like, I love you guys. I don't want to lose my job. Again, it's not to say that if I couldn't play FIFA, I couldn't do this, but obviously FIFA is the thing that I want to do, and it's the thing that I really enjoy, and you guys know that. For the most part, right? For the most part, there's exceptions. But so anyways, I was a little nervous today because there's a watermark on here. But look, here's the thing. There's a tab called Kill Switches, and basically under Kill Switches, it says local values, enable app stats collections, enable foot champs, coins enabled, FIFA points enabled. There's all of these things here. There's all of these enabled things, which is pretty crazy, right? And this is what I was showing everybody today, that we have like all these crazy like codes there, right? And so here we have there's a web tools section, actually, guys. There's a web tools section. And basically on the web tools section, you can add as many coins as you want. You can add as many FIFA points as you want. You can add any packs, really. I think you couldn't add past rare gold pack, I think, was the most. But here was the thing that I thought was really interesting, and this is why it was really concerning for me today with EA. It's so easy for them to add, and again, like for me, it's so understandable in terms of how this black market situation happened, because it's so easy for somebody who has the privileges to do this, to just type. Basically, you could just type in the player's name here. You'll see I was probably showing those were the packs, and then I'll show you guys as I was typing in the player's name, which I think I was. Basically, you can add, like, that's 97 Ronaldo. I can send it to the club, but the thing is, at this point, I'm pretty sure that EA knew that people, this was going on, that people had access to it, so they just killed it. They were like, dude, we're going to cut all privileges. The other counterpoint is that, because, again, I wasn't going to try to add it to my club, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I was a little nervous about getting a ban doing that. I don't want to do something stupid like that. But I think EA shut it down. But I'm saying I think there's a chance that maybe you need to be an administrator to do something like this. Again, I'm not too sure. What was going around today, though, that besides this was really interesting, right, was that, again, as I was showing you guys before, right? Oh, I didn't really get to show you yet. So, first of all, like, under the Kill Switch tab, if you guys don't know already, and some of you guys that watch my videos, you guys might know, like, a little bit about statistics. Now, dummy variables are, like, basically if it's a way you can code, whether you're in a coding software and you're trying to create, like, regressions, like variables, things like that. It's a way that you can basically add values to 0 and 1. So in a dummy variable situation, a dummy variable, when it's 0 is no, and when it's 1 is yes, right? So, like, let's say you had an equation, obviously, like, or something was going on in life, and I don't even know what's the example of it. Like this water bottle, I don't even actually know how to explain it at the top of my head. I'd have to get, this is all very mathematical and statistical. And at this point, I'm playing FIFA, so I'm not really practicing this sort of stuff. But just all you have to know is that when something is 0, it's not activated. And when it's 1, it is activated, right? And that would be the variable being used. So what I thought was really interesting here was on the web app and under the kill switch is just tournaments enabled, 0. So for me, it's like all of us have been asking for tournaments to come back for a little bit more of a casual, a little rotating like DKT, or a little just something in there to spice it up in the middle of the week when people are bored from Monday to Wednesday. But then also we've got trade offers enabled, 0. So yeah, that was like, I was like, man, like imagine trade offers were going to come back to FIFA. Like that would be so sick, right? But anyways, back to Footwatch's Twitter, because I do want to show you guys over there. So like all this stuff is in the code, and like the way that I see it is like, you know, really the way that I see it, boys, is that, you know, this stuff is only, all these values and these kill switches, none of this stuff is gameplay related. Like a couple of them are like TIFOs, things like that, but there's no gameplay on the web app and on the phone, right? Like there's no gameplay related things there. But here's why today was a really bad day for FIFA Ultimate Team, in my opinion, right? I've come to the full conclusion that I think EA are just lying. I think EA are completely lying. Look, I'm all here to be like, you know, making fun of them and like, you know, making fun of some of the content they do and stuff like that. But I just think they're lying. I think they're lying about everything. I think they're trying to hide all this crazy stuff. I think that all of the employees that work there are currently under NDA to not say anything about the game, and why wouldn't they be? And look, here's the deal. Am I going to sit here and tell you guys that this stuff today coming out is going to break EA Sports? Absolutely not. It's not going to, man. But, you know, yes, their money's going to keep going up. They're going to keep doing just fine. And look, here's the reality. On Friday when we have a new promo, I'm going to be sitting there making a video on the new promo, right? So at the end of the day, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I shouldn't be playing FIFA, right? Maybe I shouldn't be promoting the game. But here is what I can tell you guys. The more stuff that keeps happening like this, at the end of the day, EA's reputation is just getting worse. I can tell you that from being in this community a couple of years ago, seeing people think that I'm crazy, seeing people think that EA, all these people defending EA, I'm not seeing much of that at all anymore, even from their top dog supporters that they love and promote a lot. And there's not many. There's only a couple people or people that really work with them. I mean, I'm seeing people on Twitter the last couple of weeks, man, that, you know, are working with EA week in and week out, not talking shit. That's what I'm trying to say and trying to be professional with you guys. I'm not here talking shit. Other people are delivering the facts because it's what it is. It's what it's coming to. It's not good. Like nobody wants this for the direction of the franchise. Even FIFA's lovers and FIFA's haters, nobody wants to see any of this. So basically what I'm talking about here is, right, we've got a couple things in here, which is these are the codes that basically are a dummy variable or just have values on the web app, right? So some of them have higher values than others. You know, transfer list, there's one that's like transfer list based that has a value of like 100, right? If you haven't maxed out it. So that means that obviously you can't have more than 100. But right here we have value number 30, value 1, which means it's activated, because when it's 1, it's going to be activated. Pack odds, low percentage, localization threshold. Now, I didn't really know what this meant, but basically people are coming to the conclusion that this is basically being activated whenever EA decides to, again, like put a low percentage on players that, it's like when you do League SBCs, right? And West Brom silvers are really hard to pack compared to normal silvers. And this sort of stuff just coming out, it's not good because it's very manipulative with pack odds. And we've already known it's been pack odds. Everybody who plays FIFA Ultimate Team knows that this whole pack odds thing they put in to get around the loophole in the government is a hoax, right? When we get every promo and it's like less than 1%. We all know this, man. We all know it's a joke. But here is the thing today that you know, about some of these codes that were in there and just things why it makes me feel like they're lying. I just think that EA is lying. That's what I think is going on. I think EA is lying about the pack, values, all that stuff. I think there's a lot of manipulation going on behind the scenes, and I think nobody's allowed to talk about it. And that's why I think we never hear about it. So I think today we had somebody who maybe was getting fired or something and tried their best to send over some stuff their way. Or there's another thing, and the other thing is that this could have just been EA. EA maybe wants us to be sitting here. They're not dropping a ton of stuff that's crazy this week. They just want us to be sitting here thinking that, you know, maybe EA is trying to show us there's not that much wrong or there's not that much bad in the game. I don't know what's the answer. But what I can tell you is there's a couple of questionable coding things in here for me to sit there and say, hey, wait a second. Can I see what the gameplay one of this work looks like? And guys, what I mean by that is that obviously EA is not going to upload their gameplay values onto the online sphere, right? There's no, well, they would, but it would be local. It would most likely be on their own network, wherever their headquarters are, right? They're uploading this online because they have to upload this online. These are all commands that are being tallied for you on your companion app, maybe watching me right now. I'm sure some of these values in here are you know, acting to you when you open a save pack or you open a pack or you buy a player, right? Some of these are actually being used as you're doing that. But again, so there's no reason for them to upload the gameplay stuff. And that's why if you look through a lot of the values that were posted today from this breach, you guys will see that there's not really any gameplay stuff in here. But I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm kind of thinking that there's something like this for the gameplay, and I want to see it. I want to see it. If EA is so certain, because, again, we had this big thing coming out last year when I was talking about DDA a lot and stuff, they were like, no, there's no DDA in FIFA. It's not a thing. There's no momentum in FIFA. There's no kickoff in FIFA. There's all these things they say is not in FIFA. If they're so certain to keep saying this sort of stuff, right? Like, no, it's not real. It's not real. They tell us that pack odds, all this stuff with pack odds not manipulative, all this stuff, right? And it's like starting to come out. They're like, wow, this is questionable, right? We've got this weird stuff going on with EA employees selling these extinct cards. We've got cards that not even players with 100 million coins can buy because they refuse to update the price range and keep them so rare to keep. I don't know why. We have cards that are 15 million coins. You can't even buy them for that price. So all of this stuff for me, it just goes into the same pot of me feeling like EA is just lying to everybody. I really feel this way. And look, the thing for me is like, I just want to see what their gameplay thing looks like because I'm so convinced at this point that no matter what they say, and I've always told you guys this, when EA puts stuff in the patch notes, when they put stuff, look, there are some people at EA that work hard. I know that. There's a couple people there that I really like. There are a couple people there that I really, really do like, guys, and I think they're good people. But I just feel like there's a group of some other people there that are very greedy, very happy with their whatever it is, making this money, doing all this, and sometimes they're not doing the right thing. And the bottom line is, for a game like this, the right thing should be making a game that's fun, fast, has lessened AI, and has no outside components that are impacting the game. It should be user versus user. It should not be user, and then this user is struggling in his last 5 games, or this user, is having, a lower skill rating, so we're going to make this one miss chances. Or it should not be that this user is opening a pack tomorrow and this user is opening a pack tomorrow, but this user hasn't logged on in 5 months and this user logged on yesterday. Let's give this user a promo card today because he hasn't logged on in 5 months. The bottom line is, and I tweeted this out a couple weeks ago, EA are manipulative. And this is a football game. This is a football game. We need this to be a game that is fun to play again, bro. And look, it may not happen for a long time because at this point, as I've said before, the revenues are going up. The revenues are going up in a pandemic year. They're going up still. So at the end of the day, there's nothing that's going to change out of this. But I'm just hoping. And for me, it's like, I really want to see. I really want to see what their gameplay thing looks like. So look, I think interesting day for sure. This was really crazy today. I was trying to be careful today that I didn't do too much. I don't want to do too much here. I didn't add anything. I didn't add coins. I didn't add points. I didn't do anything like that. But I really just wanted to bring you guys this video today to kind of talk to you guys about some of this stuff. Look, at the end of the day, I don't care what you guys do. I don't care if you guys spend money on the game. I don't care if you guys spend coins. I don't care if you, right? Like, do what you guys want to do. I'm not going to ever judge any of you guys as my viewers. I don't care. I really don't care. What I care about is loving the game with the community. And I'm seeing so many people in this community this last week or two really disappointed with EA. And that goes for me as well. I'm very disappointed as well. So I just wanted to make a video to summarize and showcase the news and talk about a lot of our frustrations. There's a lot of frustrations going on right now with the community. And not even to mention that wasn't talked about in the video earlier, we literally didn't get Messi and Ronaldo and Benzema in this team of the week just for the reason that EA wanted to manipulate and control the power curve of the game. The way the team of the week should work, man, if a guy balls out in real life, just give him the damn card. Okay, just give him the damn card. We got team of the season in a month and a half. Okay, and it's like ridiculous. It's like ridiculous because you guys, we want that Ronaldo. Everybody wants the red picks and they want to try to get Ronaldo. And now it's like, frick, man, he's not in. So anyways, look, weird day today, crazy day. Yeah, EA basically leaked their like control center. And it's crazy. So it's crazy, man. So thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for being you guys. Thank you guys for riding with me. The support on the channel has been crazy. We're going to keep it rolling, guys. I'm really happy with the YouTube channel right now and the structure that we're doing with the 1 p.m. content videos. And then at nighttime, we'll always have another upload if there's something going on or if we have packs from the stream. But again, like, thank you guys for rocking and supporting right now. I'm really, really enjoying the layout of doing the streams, doing the 1 p.m. video on the YouTube. And it's working very well right now. The system is very good. So just thank you guys for always, I know you guys are always dealing with me, man. Like, I'm always doing all these adaptations with my channels and stuff. and I feel like I'm changing my content all the time, and I just thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for just rocking with me no matter what. I appreciate it. I will try my best to always give you guys the news, give you guys updates, tips with FIFA, anything like that, guys. And always at the end of the day, trying to make you guys laugh a little bit, trying to make you guys smile in a non-cringe way. It's always good to have a little bit of a laugh, especially in this type of year. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later. Peace.